Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening Show with your host Ram today, and we are looking at the 19th match in the Pepsi Indian Premier League, which resulted in an upset win. This was the so-called upset of IPL 2013 according to me so far, as Chennai Super Kings, such a strong team led by Captain Dhoni, lost to Pune Warriors by 24 runs. Now Pune Warriors really there was a lot of surprise elements in their batting. Now one would have never even given a chance to Chennai Super Kings when the match started, because Chennai Super Kings were clear favourites against Pune Warriors by the dint of their sheer performances and the strong batting lineup they have. But Pune Warriors really sprung a surprise today, especially the opener Aaron Finch, and then it was finished off by Stephen Smith. Pune Warriors were the ones who actually won the toss here, and this was played at the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium in Chepauk in Chennai, so it was a big disappointment for all the home fans here at the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium, Chepauk in Chennai. But well, they had to really undergo this, with Pune Warriors putting up a brilliant performance, first with the bat, then with the ball, and making 159 for 5 after batting first. But what was good to see, they restricted Chennai Super Kings, such a strong team, to 135 for 8 wickets. Now looking at the Pune Warriors innings, it all started off in a flash with the first ball itself, Aaron Finch hitting Dirk Nannes for a boundary. That was the first 4. And after that, Aaron Finch never looked back. He just continued in the merry vein, and he really blasted the bowling. In fact, within the power play, 6 overs of power play, he already had 7 boundaries. And look at his knock. For him, it didn't matter who was bowling. It was like seeing probably Chris Gale's batting. It was something that one would have thought about Chris Gale, the way he was batting. There was a lot of power. There was a lot of a punch packed in his strokes, and it was clear hitting. It was big hitting, I would say, because he was hitting the ball over long off and long on. That was the frequented area, and Aaron Finch was going aerial time and again. In fact, what was good about it was Finch was really stroking the ball very well. It was some good timing. And there was lots of force involved as far as Finch was concerned. And the opening partnership was the best for Pune Warriors in IPL 2013. When they put on 96 for the first wicket, Robin Uthappa was a mere spectator. If you look at the partnership of 96 runs, Robin Uthappa was not really playing his strokes. He was really struggling. But well, he was definitely giving away all the strike to Aaron Finch, who was striking it at the other end. And that was the time. This is the base on which Pune Warriors actually built their innings. First to go was Robin Uthappa. Before that also, let me tell you that for Aaron Finch, it didn't matter who was bowling. In fact, Mahendra Singh Dhoni was an absolute sort of tizzy as to who to bring, because Dirk Nannes was going for runs, Ravindra Jadeja was hit for runs, Ashwin is brought on. Didn't make any difference to Finch. Finch went on in the same fashion. Morris was introduced. Morris also got the same treatment. Bravo also got the same treatment. And finally, after being absolutely blasted on all cylinders by Aaron Finch, Pune Warriors finally lost their first wicket. That was the opening partnership, which ended at 96. You can look at the partnership. 96 runs were added for the first wicket, out of which Robin Uthappa's share was only 26 runs. He was the first to depart. He was caught by Jadeja of the bowling of Morris for 26 of 33 balls with 2 fours. So you can just make out what was the contribution of Aaron Finch. Around almost 70 runs was his contribution there. So that would give you an idea as to how Aaron Finch really played. And after that, Ross Taylor was the next to go. He was caught by Jadeja of the bowling of Morris for 8 of 13 balls, no 4, no 6s. And after that, it was 118 for 3 when Ross Taylor departed. So, in fact, I'm very sorry. In fact, when the first wicket fell at 96, and it was not Uthappa, it was Aaron Finch who was the first wicket to go. Actually, he had hit a 6 of the bowling of Jadeja, and he tried one too many. He tried to come down the wicket to Jadeja, missed the line of the ball completely, and Dhoni would have been a pretty relieved man seeing the back of Aaron Finch as he was stumped of the bowling of Jadeja for 67 of 45 balls with 10 fours and 2 6. That was a brilliant knock, and well, I was a bit surprised that Aaron Finch didn't get the man of the match, because he was the one who really provided the sort of a oomph to the innings. Stephen Smith was going the man of the match. Well, let me talk about Stephen Smith too. Stephen Smith, in the sense, Pune Warriors, after losing Taylor, that was the score at 118 in the 17th over. Mitchell Marsh also fell. He was caught by Morkel, bowled bravo for 2. But Stephen Smith came in. Stephen Smith today was playing his first match in this IPL 2013 for Pune Warriors. The reason being Angelo Matthews, the captain, was indisposed and Stephen Smith took his place. But what a master stroke it was. Stephen Smith was simply accelerating. He was scintillating. He actually took a leaf out of Aaron Finch's book and he was thrashing the bowling. And well, he thrashed it to the extent of making 39 runs of just 16 deliveries, 3 fours and 3 sixes. And what was the important feature of Stephen Smith's play? Today he played the best shot ever played in Indian Premier League 2013 when he took a ball which was aimed at the off stump by Dwayne Bravo. That was in the final over, and with a it was not a switch hit, it was a reverse sweep. He reverse swept Dwayne Bravo over the fence for a 6. Not only that, 20 rows over the fence for a 6. What a shot it was. It was an awesome shot, and it was the shot of IPL 2013, unless someone comes and rivals it, because that is something very difficult to play. That showed lots of dexterity as far as Stephen Smith's batting was concerned. So Stephen Smith just thrashed along his way to 39 of 16 balls with 3 fours and 3 sixes, and finally Pune Warriors, I would have expected them to score more than 159. Well, it didn't matter in the end because they won the match. But probably I thought that with the electric start which was given by Aaron Finch and Stephen Smith then pasting runs in wonderful fashion, one would have expected this Pune Warriors innings. Now let me tell you, Pune Warriors today were crippled. In fact, they didn't have Yuvraj Singh in the team. Just imagine if Yuvraj Singh would have been in the team, I'm sure the score would have swelled to 180 plus runs. And I thought Pune Warriors probably falling a bit short, but as I said, didn't really make any difference in the end because they won the match. That was the bottom line. As far as the bowling was concerned, well, everyone went for a tap today from the Chennai Super Kings bowlers. Dirk Nana's 4 overs was the most costliest, 42 runs and no wicket. Jadeja bowled 4 overs, 1 for 27. Ashwin went for 24 runs with 4 overs without taking any wicket. Morris 4 overs, no maiden, 2 for 25. And Dwayne Bravo 4 overs, no maiden, 2 for 35. As far as Chennai Super Kings were concerned, they started their reply, and one would have, after seeing the score of 159, one would have expected Chennai Super Kings to actually, usurp that total pretty easily. But let me tell you, it was not so easy. It all started off with Chennai Super Kings actually doing an experimentation today by keeping the old warhorse Michael Hussey out of the team. In fact, they just wanted to experiment certain things, so they brought in Chris Shrikant's son Aniruddha to open the innings with Vijay, and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar was the one who started it all by providing the breakthrough, a big in-swinger from him, which he's really famous for now. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar in his first over itself snapping, in fact trapping Aniruddha LBW for duck. So that was the first wicket to go, with Chennai Super Kings score 0 for 1 of just 2 balls. After that, Suresh Raina joined Murli Vijay. Murli Vijay was grasped by Suman, a very easy catch of the bowling of Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, of Dinda, sorry. And it seemed like Murli Vijay suddenly got into gear, started hitting a 6 and 2 boundaries. But the next to go was Suresh Raina. Suresh Raina, after making 8 runs of 10 balls with 1 4, Suman would have been pretty relieved, because even though he dropped Vijay, but this time he made no mistake, taking the catch of Suresh Raina off the bowling of Bhuvaneshwar Kumar for 8. And Bhuvaneshwar Kumar had actually dealt a double breakthrough there with the score reading on 23 for 2 in the 5th over. After that, Murli Vijay was joined in by Badrinath. Badrinath, as soon as he came to the crease, he was absolutely positive with his stroke making. It didn't bother him a bit. He was not really perturbed by the score. He started stroking the ball well. He hit a few boundaries and he was looking very good. And Murli Vijay on the other end was doing well when this happened. Abhishek Nair was brought into the attack, and in his very first over he struck as Murli Vijay holed out to Ross Taylor, a simple catch to Ross Taylor, and a dolly there, and Murli Vijay was gone. Caught Taylor ball Abhishek Nair for 24 of 22 balls with 2 fours and 1 6, and that really started putting the pressure on the Chennai Super Kings, with the score reading 40-3 in the 7th over. Now 7th over, after that it was Jadeja along with Badrinath. So later on then Badrinath slowly started, they started rotating the strike. But what was good about it was the bowling was very good. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar had done his duty. He was bowling superbly. Mitchell Marsh came in. Abhishek Nair was bowling. And then they had some spin coming in with Rahul Sharma. So the pressure started building on the Chennai Super Kings. And Badrinath also had to be really watchful. But after that, after being pretty watchful, Badrinath once again started trying to stroke the ball, because the run rate was really getting along, because they needed a run rate of probably around 10 runs per over, and that was the time Badrinath perished when the fourth wicket fell, when Badrinath was caught by Smith attempting a big hit, and he was caught by Smith on the bowling of Marsh for 34 of 26 balls with 4 fours. That made the score 86 for 4 in the 13th over. Jadeja had a partner. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the captain, walked in, and that was something that Chennai Super Kings would have definitely thought that, as Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the Mahi, has walked in, there should not be any problems. But let me tell you that there was no support for Dhoni from the other end, as Jadeja was the first to go, as Jadeja fell a victim as Marsh came in and picked up his wicket. Jadeja hit a good 6 after Dhoni's entrance there, but Jadeja lost his wicket. Caught Dinda bowled Marsh for 27 of 22 balls with 1 4 and 1 6, which made the score 98 for 5 in the 15th over. Dwayne Bravo departed pretty quickly, as I said. What has happened was, because of Rahul Sharma bowling very well and the other bowlers bowling very well, it really started building the pressure on the Chennai Super Kings, and they lost the wicket of Dwayne Bravo as he tried in the quest for quick runs. He succumbed, holding out a catch in the deep of the bowling of Rahul Sharma for 1, which made the score 104 for 6, and now the pressure was on Dhoni and Albie Morkel, the big hitter, to do something. And Dhoni, well, let me tell you, it all started off everything went off for Chennai Super Kings in the 18th over. As long as Dhoni was there, hope was there. But Dhoni's departure, because of Dinda, was a much improved bowler. You remember the other day that Dinda leaked a lot of runs. But today, Dinda had the worst figures in IPL 2013, 4 overs, no maiden, none for 63. But today, look at his figures. The way he started, he was absolutely on the money. In fact, he was bowling a lot of Yorkers, he was bowling full-length deliveries. And Mahendra Singh Dhoni was also trying to struggle. And Mahendra Singh Dhoni actually hit one good shot, actually, of the bowling of Dinda. That was in the 18th over. As I said, the Pune Warriors bowlers started putting a lot of pressure on the Chennai Super Kings, and the run rate started mounting. From 10 it went to 11 to 12 to 13, and finally it was like 14 runs required of the over. And then finally Mahendra Singh Dhoni fell, and that was curtains for Chennai Super Kings. As Dhoni was gone, it was a good catch taken by Stephen Smith in the deep of the bowling of Dinda for 10. It was a very, very brilliant shot. In fact, it was executed very well by Dhoni. Dhoni had actually hit it with tremendous power there, but it was very well held by Stephen Smith, who had a great day, and he was the man of the match in the end because of his batting and fielding exploits there. After that, so that made the score in the 18th over. Dhoni was lost, and that was something that Chennai Super King, that was the time Pune Warriors would have felt that they can win the match. But they still had a problem, because Albie Morkel, as you know, once upon a time in the last IPL, he had looted 28 runs of 6 balls with the bowling of Virat Kohli. But this time, as I said, Dinda and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar are absolutely on the money. They were absolutely on target. It was very difficult to get him because they were bowling Yorkers, they were bowling full-length deliveries. Albie Morkel was also struggling. He was joined by Morris, but it became too much as Albie Morkel trying to garner quick runs. He had no other choice but to go for the big hits. He succumbed, caught by Finch, absolutely at the fence of the bowling of Dinda for 13, and that was it. 124 for 8, and then there was nothing that could stop Pune Warriors from winning, as Morris remained not out on 5, Ashwin was not out on 11 of 5 balls with 2 fours. It didn't really matter. 135 for 8, a huge upset in Pepsi Indian Premier League 2013, with Chennai Super Kings, the Lions, tamed in their own den today in Chennai by Pune Warriors by 24 runs. So congratulations to Pune Warriors for their stupendous effort here, and this will go a long way for them in the Indian Premier League 2013. This could have boosted their confidence no end, because beating Chennai Super Kings is not an easy thing. One would have never even given a chance, iota of a chance, to Pune Warriors when the match started. Let's look at the bowling figures. As I said, first the batsmen did the job, and then finally it was the bowlers who delivered. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, 4 overs, 1 maiden, 12 runs and 2 wickets. Economical figures, wicket taker, you got a maiden, you can't expect more than that. Ashok Dinda, absolutely a transformed bowler, magnificently in the death overs. 4 overs, no maiden, 2 for 34 for him. Mitchell Marsh, even though he was costly, chipped in with 2 wickets for 35 runs. Abhishek Nair with his cutters, 3 overs, no maiden, 1 for 21 for him. Arun Finch bowled 1 over for 9 runs. And Rahul Sharma was the one who was really frustrating the batsmen there, because they were under pressure, because the run rate was mounting because of Rahul Sharma really not giving away few liberties. and it made the task a bit onerous for the other batsmen to actually go and attack the other bowlers, and that's what really resulted in the succumbing of this Chennai Super Kings innings, which actually lost 8 wickets for 135 runs, and in the end they lost the match by 24 runs. And Steven Smith of Pune Warriors, for his brilliant batting and that awesome shot in IPL 2013, which will be etched in memory in this whole IPL. Not only that, even after that, the shot that he played, a reverse sweep of the bowling of Dwayne Bravo, a 6 over third man and sending it 20 rows over the fence. What a shot it was. It's not an easy shot. It's one of those shots which can come only through sheer skill and timing, and Steven Smith showed that. On this note, dear fans, friends and subscribers, your host is ending the cricket show for today, but reminding you, dear friends and subscribers, there is going to be 2 matches coming up tomorrow. One is between Royal Challengers Bangalore versus Delhi Daredevils at Bangalore, where Delhi Daredevils are hunting for their first ever win in IPL 2013, whether that is going to be the day tomorrow, and Kings 11 take on Kolkata Knight Riders at Mohali. On this note, dear fans, friends and subscribers, your host Ram would like to end the cricket show for today. That's it. Goodbye. Thank you.